morning to you and welcome once again to Planet Radio 101.1 FM, Uyo. Special thanks for staying true to the dial and welcome once again to today's speed of broadcast. It is the point in time for the newspaper review this morning where we seek to keep you informed and updated about the recent happenings not just in Akwa Ibom State but in Nigeria. And this morning we will be taking you through the tested, trusted and approved newspaper outlets in Nigeria, bringing to you news and information from the sectors of business, health, education, politics, and everything in between. Welcome to the newspaper review on today. Okay, yes, today is the 30th day of July, and I'm quite excited about it. July, we're saying bye-bye to you in just a few hours. But then, my name is Rita Inung, and I will not be doing this alone, of course. I have the beautiful and delectable Victoria Johnson with me in the studio this morning, and believe me when I say you need to take a look at Victoria Johnson this morning. Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning to you, Rita. How are you? I want to believe that you had a good night rest.
I did. Thank you so much.
Okay, good morning to you, Akwa Ibom people. Please draw closer because we have so much of information to give you this morning.
All right, thank you so much, Victoria. We start with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. The first headline here says, Osun gubernatorial polls. Police nab SSG and 5 others over alleged vote buying. Well, these are just by-elections and rerun elections. The main elections, the general elections, has not come just yet, okay? You know, quite a lot of conversations already about the elections. Campaigns are set to start in August. But someone in Delta State, the head of the campaign or strategy building of the APC in Delta State was campaigning yesterday, and you needed to see mob violence on this person. Gory videos surfaced online with so much bloodbath on this person. Now, the elections have not started. We have already started to hear the tales of woes. I wonder what will actually happen when we swing right into the election hearing season. But then, processes, procedures, and whatever, kudos to the police for actually nabbing these persons over this election malpractice. Well, you can find the full detail of that story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. We go over to another headline this morning, and it is based off on the Orire abduction in Oyo State. The federal government has arraigned 2 Ansaru commanders, 3 others over fresh charges of terrorism. A lot of Nigerians are saying kudos to the federal government, of course, but we just hope this is not that one point in time where we are definitely going to see you give these people life imprisonment or tell us that they are going to be reintegrated into society. These people have killed other people in the worst possible ways. How do you expect us to just look at them and just feel like, oh yeah, these ones are good to be reintegrated into society anyway? But fingers crossed, this morning they have just been arraigned, and in the course of the week we are of course going to know what is happening and what judgment has been passed on them. The masthead here says, PFIPC, we failed due diligence on recruitment waiver. This is coming from the head of civil service of the Federation, and we're talking about no other person than Mrs. Esther Didi Wilson Jack. Yesterday, she admitted before the House of Representatives ad hoc committee that is investigating the alleged creation of this illegal, fake phantom agency, that they did not do adequate due diligence before issuing key approvals. So tell us this morning, do you think it's okay to just take that sitting down? Do you think Nigerians will just look by and say, okay, she has approved now, she has admitted that they did not do well, and so let's let it slide? But I don't know what you think about this morning, but this is coming from the head of the civil service of the Federation this morning, that they did not do the adequate job to drive home a point before accepting all of what these persons had to offer. But first, lady empowers 1,000 petty traders in Ile-Ife with 50 million naira. Now, a lot of Nigerians are saying the first lady has to come clean and tell us what she has with petty businesses at this point in time. But then they say empowerment is empowerment at the end of the day, innit? And so, congratulations to the petty traders, I guess, who have actually been a part, or they have benefited from this empowerment of the First Lady this morning. U.S. military completes heavy wave of retaliatory strikes on Iran. Now, this headline just tells us that we're not seeing the end of this escalating tension in the Middle East anytime soon, but we hope that will definitely not be the case. All right, this one here says, Abia government fixes 200 million naira for presidential campaign billboard permit. Okay, so if you're a presidential candidate across board from any political party, you know that in Abia State, you know that you are actually making sure that you contribute very densely to the IGP, the internally generated revenue of Abia State at this point in time. Imagine one billboard, 200 million naira. You can count how many aspirants we have, okay, that will want to go and put their billboards right there in Abia State. It is time to make some cool money. Well, some Nigerians are saying kudos to the Abia State Governor, Alex Oti, but some persons are saying, is this not far-reaching at the end of the day? We never can tell. Well, finally, in the world of entertainment this morning, celebrity bout, Portable and Charles Okocha trade words at boxing face-off. We get to see what happens, and we say, may the best man win. And so we go over to the desk of Victoria Johnson this morning. More headlines coming your way.
Okay, thank you so much there, Rita. Yours was just very narrative, and that was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, so you are actually taking a walk with me to Sahara Reporters. Okay, the headline here says, police arrest Oshun SSG. Others over alleged vote buying investigation. Recover 4.8 million voter register. So you can imagine, I think my colleague actually talked about this, at length, but I'm just saying on my own, like the campaigns is starting very soon, just a day from now we'll be entering August, and we are not just starting the campaigns yet, and this is happening. So just as she said, when the real election surfaces, well, we just have to try our best, and whosoever that knows that he or she has to stay safe, make sure that you are not a gullible person that will be paid by so-called paymasters. Okay, think about your safety first, because I think that the 2027 elections is going to be very extremely, I reserve my comment today. Okay, so this headline here, another one coming from the Kindness of Sahara Reporters, says, Appeal Court confirms retired English professor as Kalasure of Apoiland. Okay, I will say kudos to him and congratulations. This one comes as a breaking news, says leaked DSA's memo warns of planned Boko Haram attack, kidnapping of pastors, district heads, government officials in Adamawa and Borno State. Well, this is no longer news that most of the thirds in northern Nigeria is just going so much, going through so much, I beg your pardon, in recent times from the hands of bandits, and we are just looking out for a possible way, that this will stop occurring in Nigeria. Okay, another one here says, Borno youth leader Kaigima arraigned on terrorism charges after DS's arrest, and he pleads not guilty. Okay, well, good for him though. This one says, my head was stitched 11 times, Delta governor. Wow. Delta Governor Obore worries aid demands justice, says chorus of attackers brutalized him at APC meeting. Oh, this is just so sad. One's head being stitched 11 times. Oh my goodness. This is not a good one. Okay, so you have to check out all the details of these headlines from Sahara Reporters. This other one also says they only collect I beg your pardon, Adonham's customers allege years of delays, extra charges, failure to allocate paid plot. Okay. Now, another headline here speaks about Lagos police confirmed detention of own prosecutor over alleged attempts to sabotage attempted murder trial. Okay. Nigerian Chief of Army Staff reshuffles top commanders after Tinubu approved 4 new divisions. Well, you have to check out that detail. Just go for the full detail of it, okay? On Sahara Reporters, Mary Habila bore signs of blunt force trauma after date at Umahi's residence. Sources say as minister's alleged sudden departure raises questions. Where is he running to? Nigerians will ask. Well, we do not know what really happened, okay, but I know that, you have to trust Nigerians, okay? They are just pointing accusing fingers on this minister, saying that the 27-year-old young lady that had a very promising future was not supposed to die just like that. And of course, the minister has so much of account to make, in as much as he has denied the fact that the lady in question was, as was seen as his own daughter, that he would not have in any way tried to do anything to hurt her, then let Mo, taking her own life. Well, we don't know what's going to happen in the next year or whatever, but I just hope that whosoever that needs to stay safe, you have to stay safe. If you want to go to anywhere and you feel that it's very important for you to let out some information of your whereabouts, well, once you enter that place or on your way, make sure you send a text message or any of the social media handles to someone close to you so that whatsoever happens will have an account. So right now we do not know what actually happened to her, but then it is what it is. Okay, so finally from Sahara Reporters this morning says Enugu community banishes mother of 6 after alleged gang rape, mob torture by husband and others. Wow, banishes a mother of 6. Whoa, okay, you have to check out all those headlines coming to you from Sahara Reporters this morning. So I hand you over to my colleague Rita, as she has so much more to dish out for you.
Thank you so much, Victoria Johnson. I appreciate you this morning. Let's go over to The Sun, the Voice of the Nation newspaper, of course. The very first headline here says, Catholic bishops to Tinubu, Nigeria drifting towards one-party state, democracy under threat. You see that the Catholic Bishops Conference of Nigeria, CBCN, on Tuesday have delivered a very blunt assessment of the nation's political and security climate to President Bola Tinubu. They have warned that Nigeria is steadily drifting towards a one-party state, with democratic institutions, public confidence, and national unity increasingly under strain. Well, I don't know what Nigerians have to think about this morning, but we are saying that the Catholic bishops have a lot to say to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, they are pointing out some string of activities that have actually worked. And so, I don't really know what you think about this, but you can find the full detail of the story on page 4 of the Sun newspaper this morning. Another headline here, 2027, we are already campaigning with projects delivery. This is coming from the Minister of the FCT, and we're talking about the person of Nyesom Wike. Quite a number of very, very amazing projects that have been completed across board in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory of the nation. Significantly, the building of judicial quarters for judges right there. And so we're looking at all of this, and if he says that he has done some very notable mentions in Abuja, then so be it. But then you want to know even more projects that the Minister of the FCT, in the person of Nyesom Wike, has been able to accomplish. You can do well to check on page 4 as well of the Sun newspaper this morning. Another headline here says, Plateau Governor, Nasarawa Deputy Governor, Israeli Envoy Onani Yekon Kaigama, and others bid farewell to Mama Ezine Okpara. Okay, another headline here says, CBN approved printing of 5.71 billion naira banknotes in 2025 as cash demand rose. If anything at all does not scream inflation to you this morning, this should actually scream inflation to you. Imagine so much money in circulation, but the masses, majority of the masses are still living in penury. You want to ask yourself a very necessary question this morning, and I'll leave you to fill those questions in your mind. But you can find the full detail of the story on business page 15 of the Sun newspaper. Another headline here says, APC local government chairman planned mega rally for Tinubu. Local government chairman across board, they are planning a mega rally for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Well, congratulations to them, and we wish them the best in their outing. US deports former NFL player to Kenya. Oh, sorry about that to him this morning, and we really hope he gets over it. Okay. APC diaspora chairman removed chairman after court ruling. Okay, it seems quite a lot of interesting things are happening in the camp of the APC at this point in time. And so we say, well done to the team for doing what they must, if it is actually the right thing for them to be doing at this point in time. And finally, this morning, 2027, people's will must prevail. Every vote should count. You want to know who has made that statement this morning? You want to know what that person has to say? Well, it's fine. Do well to check on page 7 of the Sun newspaper. And like I always say, more headlines will come your way shortly. Let's take you to the desk of Victoria Johnson.
Okay, thank you there, Rita. Okay, we are actually giving you out from this day live this morning. This one says, as opposition mount over Olawapo Hashim's rising profile in Accord Party. Another headline here speaks that, okay, I think I took that one before. Another headline here says that CBN foreign exchange inflows rose 13.8% to record so much of billions of naira in 2025. And this one says, Okonjo Iweala, economic reforms must translate to jobs, tangible benefits. Let me take that again. Okonjo Iweala, economic reforms must translate to jobs and tangible benefit. If you want to know more of this particular headline, you have to grab this The Live newspaper this morning. Okay, this one says ITF screens 100,000 artisans nationwide as SUPA program begins. We have another top headline here which says, Minister, Housing Real Estate contributed 77 trillion to Nigeria's economy in 2025. Bauchi government secures $91.6 million infrastructure financing from ECOWAS Bank. All right, you have to check out all of those details that we are dropping your headlines, especially this one I am talking about this morning. Every other headline is very important. Do not forget. This one says 2027. 685 APC local government chairmen vow to mobilize grassroots support for Tinubu's re-election. Okay, you vow, but you know what they say that, you can only hope for, but you have to just try and wait for the right time to come. And let us see how this plays out. But in as much as, stakeholders, especially the supporters of APC, are really standing their grounds, okay? They are actually ground standing with whosoever that wants to come out as an opposition, okay, to actually, they're supporting, giving full support to Mr. President, that no matter what, they stand by him and have him re-elected for 2027 election. But let's see how this plays out. All right, this one says federal government inaugurate ADAPT forum to cut trade cost, boost digital commerce under AFC FTA. All right, this one also says, which is the final one I'm bringing to you from this day live this morning, says Moghalu urges businesses to embed geopolitical risk in strategy. When a businessman talks, You that is an amateur in the system, you have nothing more than to listen and learn. Okay, so well, you have to check out all of this details that I am bringing your way from this day live today. I do not know if my colleagues still have more she can dish out from our corners.
Okay, as much as I would love to go on and on and on and on reviewing headlines with you this morning, it's right about the point in time where we draw the curtains on the newspaper review this morning. Special thanks to you, Victoria, for being a co-anchor this morning.
Thank you too.
Okay, and so we go over to give you ample time to prepare for the People's Parliament. Now, do not forget that the People's Parliament is your one platform where you get to share your thoughts just as it matters to you. Do well to stay tuned to Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Don't touch the amazing dial. My name is Rita Inung. I have been your anchor and pilot on the newspaper review. Have a great day.